is a Fox 10 News Alert.
All right, everybody, we have what looks like a police pursuit of an RV in Los Angeles, California. All right, Los Angeles County, we're hearing that this RV is stolen. I haven't seen any police since we first brought it up, though, but I need to update the YouTube stream name, so let your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, everybody you know we've got the second police pursuit situation of the day right here on News Now. We're hearing this could be a woman driving a stolen RV. That's what we're hearing, folks. I still have yet to see any officers on this suspect's tail. Again, we're hearing it's a woman in a stolen RV. There we go. There's an officer right there. No. Come on, Sky Fox. There we go. Back to the live aerials. 2 officers now. 2. That's what I see. That was a tight turn, everybody. Almost tipped that RV over. Taking some very tight turns in that RV, everybody. Again, we're hearing that this is stolen and it could be a woman behind the wheel. She definitely crashed out, folks. Look at that. The entire front end there completely mangled. Ouch. Still driving, though. Looks like this RV's leaking something. Gas, water, we don't know. Looks like that windshield is just ready to fly off. How is she seeing? What is hanging out that window, everybody? Is it the dash? What is that? All right, everyone, I have to remind everyone, viewer discretion is advised. That RV is wrecked. Skyfox out there in Los Angeles trying to zoom in. It definitely looks like stuff is flying out, but she, if it is a she, could be throwing things out of the RV as well. Wow. What a unique police chase situation. Again, we're hearing it's a woman behind the wheel and it's stolen. Uh-oh. Nope, didn't want to go that way. I mean, you would think the odds weren't good driving an RV to try to get away from police in the first place, but now the RV is completely wrecked, and if you stole that RV, that means you probably had an idea what you wanted to do with it, and can you still do what you wanted to do with it now that it's completely demolished? You guys tell me on our chat, on our stream, let me know. You all are liking and sharing because we are definitely growing in viewership. I'll be covering this on Fox 10 Extra News at 7 as well, Channel 45, Cable 9. You can always hashtag double tab and join us as well by going to fox10phoenix.com/live. If it is a she, she's just blowing through lights at this point, just passing vehicles, doesn't really matter. RV extremely wrecked, now in the median, ooh, close to oncoming traffic there, and just doing her best to try to get away from police. If that is a woman, definitely picking up speeds, passing cars, still riding that middle lane. That's why we say viewer discretion is advised, folks. We've already seen one crash out. We might witness another, but we really hope that the public and first responders, the police on her tail, stay all right. We're hearing there could be a dog in there too, everyone. That's what we're hearing. All right, everyone, they're coming with me next here, so I'm getting ready. Again, everyone, good evening. My name is Pilar Arias. I'm your host here. Producer's talking to me in my ear, so give me 1 second. I'm preparing to go live on TV, everybody. That's why you're seeing me sitting here not saying anything. I'm going to cover this chase in its entirety here in just moments.
Yeah, San Diego Valley.
There on the right-hand side.
Welcome back to Fox 10 Extra News at 7. I'm Pilar Arias from the News Now set. We have some breaking news now in Southern California. This is our sister station, Fox 11 Los Angeles, providing us these aerials. We're being told that this is a stolen RV and a woman is behind the wheel. We're hearing now that this is in San Fernando Valley, California. We've been monitoring it for at least 10 to 15 minutes now on the News Now stream. This RV, she has already wrecked out once. It's got extreme damage. We see stuff flying out of the RV. We see risky traffic maneuvers. Look at this, almost hitting a police cruiser right there live, everybody. This is extremely dangerous, and that's why when we show these live images, we often say viewer discretion is advised. Continuing to make risky moves. There's a semi-truck right there that she just went right past, and like I said, we keep seeing things being thrown out of the RV. We do believe that we've seen a dog. The windshield is completely smashed in. It looks like the dash of the RV is also coming apart in lots of places. So that dog, though, was seen coming out the front of the RV. But again, it is rush hour. Well, it's 7:30, so not quite rush hour in the LA area anymore. But again, Southern California, Fox LA covering it. We're going to continue to cover it on the News Now stream. We do stream live news coverage just like this from across the country all day. You can always find us by going to fox10phoenix.com. So again, we're going to continue to monitor the situation. Please join us by coming on over to the website, fox10phoenix.com. Back to you guys.
Is now running through the middle now and going back out.
I mean,
Okay, just
boy.
So if you're wondering, I can show you the footage. The dog did either jump or fall out of the.
Okay, so our team here, Oscar on the web, and Oscar's telling us that the dog did either jump or fall out of the vehicle. You saw the driver slam on the brakes and then get the dog back in the RV.
see a lot of.
And is that fuel?
It's just, no, that's going to be probably just water from water tanks that are inside the RV there. So it's not gasoline or anything like that. So it's, campers usually carry a certain amount of drinkable water on board.
Look at that vehicle. Look at the vehicle. That is insane.
Yeah,
I mean,
it hit the tree in the parking lot.
Yeah, Araceli, what you're saying in capital letters, crazy. I'm just praying, Kevin, nobody gets hurt. Look at the way this guy's driving, the high rate of speed. Luckily, an open stretch here, but several close calls with cars.
Yeah, surprisingly, it hasn't rolled over at this point, too, because it's taken a lot of those turns at very high speeds. Now, still
Yeah,
moving
Jeff, what you
southbound
said. Go ahead, Kevin.
on Corbin here, and you can see there's not a lot of traffic luckily at this time, but there have been a lot of close calls here. Just passing underneath the 101. Oh, he just hit another car right there.
Oh
Just
my
car
gosh.
came in
Oh,
off
wow.
of the off ramp
Wow.
there.
Oh, wow.
So it's completely. They're still going here.
Wow.
There was a car that was coming off of the
Oh,
101
the dog.
freeway.
Oh, gosh.
The dog's still back in the vehicle, hanging on there. The whole right side, you can see, right side, front side steering is blown out, not just by the tree, and also by the car that ran into them coming off of the 101 freeway.
So as we're watching this, we just saw the first crash with this RV, where this RV crashed into a car. Kevin, could you get a feel for perhaps how bad that crash was?
Well, hopefully the driver of that vehicle's okay. I mean, it was a broadside right into it, but it wasn't. Looked like the car. Oh, he just ran another car. It looked like there was possibly another car that was either backing out of that driveway you see right there, but he hit that car broadside.
Oh, the dog is in the street there? Okay, so the suspect running.
Out running and the dog's going with. Looks
Is
like
it a woman?
female suspect.
Oh, my
Looks like
gosh.
It's a female suspect
Oh, my
and
gosh.
the dog. She's going.
Whoever
through
lives
the
in this house,
neighborhoods
lock
here.
your doors. All right.
Okay, CHP, she's trying to climb the gate. Okay, CHP
Oh, wow.
officers are now pulling her down.
The dog was with her. All right, so you have what appears to be a suspect down. They're putting the cuffs there on her right there. She was doing everything she could to get away, trying to jump over a fence onto somebody's property. That crash there, another vehicle you say, right, Kevin? That vehicle, the RV crashed into a car?
Crashed into a car, and then it went up and then ended up on top of the front sidewalk right there in front of that home.
Yeah, John, I'm with you. Not funny at all. I mean, it was a crazy, crazy pursuit to begin with, but to see this driver going at all lengths to get away from law enforcement with that dog, it is something that we have never seen before. There's a dog. There's the dog calmly, watching what's happening here. Okay, there's the look at that crash there. Hopefully,
yeah, you can see it took the
everyone's
back
okay.
end of that car off. It looked like that car was backing out of the driveway. You can see the driver of that vehicle possibly hurt. It was backing out of the driveway when the motorhome hit it on the back side there and spun it around.
All right, so that driver obviously able to get out of the vehicle on his own, probably waiting there for law enforcement or some help to come. Perhaps somebody else is in that home because you see a lot of cars there. Perhaps somebody heard the crash and can come give some aid to this man.
Officers have probably put out a call for paramedics, not just for this one, but the other call as well at the 101.
Well, you can just hope that people weren't hurt too badly, but the high rate of speed there in which that car was hit, obviously that man hurt in some way, but hopefully not too badly. Okay, so you have to give some credit to police there for getting that woman from jumping that wall, that fence there, and getting onto that property.
Yeah, they quickly took her into custody. They were right behind her, went in for pursuit. She only got a couple of houses down the street there where she was trying to climb that fence of the home you see where they are right now. And they were able to pull her off the fence and take her into custody. You can see LAPD airship just passing, going through. Looks like somebody's injured. There's some blood on the ground. I don't know if it's the dog or if it's the woman at this point. It could have been the dog. Might have been thrown from the RV again when it looks like it might be the dog, because the dog's paw is kind of limping on it and holding it off there. So it looks like the dog's paw might have been hurt, probably when it was
Here's a correction.
thrown from the vehicle.
This might be the second dog. The first dog jumped out and then ran towards.
Right, because the other dog
Okay.
was brown. This one's black.
So-
the first dog.
Yeah, so we are getting
First dog on
clarification.
Victory
Yeah.
did run away away from it when it jumped out of the vehicle on Victory.
All right, so clarification just coming in now from Oscar on our web team that there were indeed 2 dogs. All right, police there helping this gentleman who was in the car, the second car that was hit by this RV. So now we have the 2 dogs. One did get out when you saw that vehicle come to a screeching halt. So one dog did get out, and then a second dog was also in the vehicle. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right, so you got to think that paramedics would be here at any minute to render aid. Obviously, this man not feeling okay enough to get up. So we're going to go pan over now and perhaps take a look at the path of this pursuit.
Yeah, they're looking at the other vehicle.
Control has been called to attend to the injured dog.
All right, so here is the first car that was hit. Look at the damage to the front end of that car. Hard to tell if there were more people in the vehicle besides the one driver. From this scene, obviously, we had to leave the site of this crash as we went on to continue the pursuit, where we saw the second crash and then that suspect try to run and be taken into custody. But here is the scene of the first crash, and I'm just amazed that there weren't more vehicles hit the
There
way
were a
this
lot
woman
of
was
close
driving.
calls throughout this pursuit. The motorhome was going on 70 miles an hour, mostly on surface streets here. So you see the first of fire departments showing up. There's a second one that's been dispatched to the termination of the pursuit, and you can see as it goes up the street here. This is going to be on Tampa. This is where it terminated here on Tampa. Just looks like it's just south of Burnetta. So
Okay.
that's where this came to an end here.
You know, Oscar from our web team has been monitoring information for us. A lot of you have been asked and have been asking about the dogs and concerned about the 2 dogs as we look right now at that injured person who was in that white car that was backing out of this driveway when that RV came flying down the road, hitting that car from behind. Still awaiting for paramedics to arrive there to talk with that man. And here you have the suspect there handcuffed, and the dog bleeding. Oscar, talk to me about what you're hearing about the dog and animal control.
So animal control has been called.
Animal control called.
To help attend to this injured dog that you're seeing right now.
Okay. All right.
Like the woman's got a little bloody nose too, probably from the impact from the
Law
2
enforcement.
crashes there.
Or also law enforcement.
It could have been,
takedown.
but the impact of that crash, though, that when she hit the back of that car was significant, and there was so much debris that was already hanging down from the crash with the tree at the Northridge Mall. So very easily at that point she could have hit or something like that. But when law enforcement took her down, it looked like they pulled her off of the gate, but didn't look like there was any motions that would have caused that. Looks more like an injury caused by the impact crash.
Okay. And Lisa Roy, yes, we are seeing that the dog is bleeding. The dog's left paw seems to be injured. Animal control has been called. Oscar, do you know about the status of the first dog, the dog that either jumped or fell out of the vehicle? Yes.
So
we're getting an update here.
So there's video of.
Do you want to fill? Okay, Oscar from the web team is going to fill you guys in.
Yeah, so the first dog that we saw that jumped out of the vehicle or fell out of the vehicle, I actually saw video of the other side of the RV, and that dog actually made it across the street onto the sidewalk. That's where the video stops. You see the driver coming to a screeching halt, see if they can get that dog back, but they didn't. The dog made it out to safety, out of harm, and the RV kept going.
I just want to interrupt you for a second here, Oscar, because what we're looking at here is the fire department now on the scene of that first crash. It looks like there might be somebody injured because you saw them walk over there perhaps with one of those kits to aid somebody in need. So again, you have the fire department here. This is the first crash. Look at the damage to that front end there. This was the car that was hit, straight on there by that RV that kept on going.
Yeah, it pretty much came right off of the, they got the green light not hit the off-ramp. They went forward. Luckily, it wasn't at a high speed, but you can see the amount of damage it's taken from the collision with that motorhome. But they weren't going at a very high speed when they were coming off the off-ramp there, and broadsided the side of the RV. You can see the driver and passengers in that vehicle. They're standing up and talking to fire department personnel at this time. So,
and as we see these people here standing on the corner, it's hard to tell if there was one person in the car. She looks to be hurt here, perhaps a left shoulder injury they're looking at now. Don't know if the other two helping her are friends or were with her, or they're actually witnesses or people who just came to be of aid. But you can see there that intersection is going to be, blocked off. This is a freeway off-ramp?
Yeah, this is the Tampa off-ramp off of the eastbound or southbound 101 freeway right at the bottom of Tampa off-ramp. So you can expect CHP to be closing that off-ramp soon. Looks like they're getting the rest of the vehicles off of there. Looks like only the door is open on the sedan that hit the RV. So it's probably just the driver there. Probably the other two people are witnesses of the crash. So, but firefighters talking to her, but she is standing up and talking to paramedics there, and they're trying to assess her at this point. Looks like a little bit of a shoulder injury that they're tending to there, just probably from the seatbelt and as well as the airbag going off. But she is standing up and talking to paramedics, so that's a good sign.
I'm thinking of this intersection here, Tampa and the 101, the off-ramp here. I was just there earlier today for a Wednesday's Child shoot, and you think of these pursuits as we watch them on TV, but they can happen anywhere.
That RV was moving at such a high rate of speed, and just no warning that it was barreling down the street here. No warning at all.
Well, Whitney describes it this way: she was just mowing people over. She was just plowing down the road at a high rate of speed with no regard for other vehicles. I am amazed that more vehicles weren't hit.
Yeah, throughout this pursuit, there were a lot of times there could have been a lot more collisions throughout especially this time of the afternoon. Tampa is a major north-south through the San Fernando Valley, so just so many close calls. There were a couple of times at the beginning of this